Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Just some more running video here of the SCX6. Matt and I got up to Pyramid Mountain, which is near to where we both live. Super cool trails up there, some really great rock features to crawl on. Just the perfect spot for a 6 scale crawler like this. Still mostly stock. I do have the anti-foams in the tires. I do have a sway bar mounted on the rear, anti-sway bar. If you want any more info on that, I did post up a video on my install on that. And so far, I'm really happy with it. I think it does make a noticeable improvement in certain situations, and it really doesn't detract from any of the other performance overall. So I'm definitely going to keep it on there. Other than that, I'm running suspension is stock. I haven't really messed with the shock springs or anything. Stock tires, stock wheels. I do have aluminum front shock mounts, mainly for the panhard mount, just to strengthen that. And I do have brass C-hubs also for the panhard mount, but partly to add a little bit of weight down low. I did just recently order up some brass diff covers, mainly because they were cheap. The aluminum ones I've seen are quite pricey, and I was able to find some brass front and rear diff cover off Amazon for like $24 for both. So I'm gonna give them a try, and I'll probably post up a vid at some point once I do a few more mods and let you guys know how they work out. I've also since filming this running video, I have installed a Hobby Wing external BEC just to run the stock servo on direct power. So the BEC is powered directly from the battery connector, and I'm running the stock servo now at 7.4 volts. Made a noticeable improvement. I've had the truck out once since doing that, and noticeably better steering. So if you guys are looking for a fairly cheap upgrade, I would recommend that, the Hobby Wing UBEC. It's a 10 amp, and then you can get a little you can buy a little Y adapter, like a bypass external BEC direct servo power adapter, fairly cheap, and you just plug that in, and like I said, it isolates, so it's basically powering your servo directly from the BEC, which is an external power source. So it like on the stock, if you have an SCX6, you'll know that the stock setup, when you get into a bind with the steering, you can hear just the draw on the ESC actually slows the fan down. It's drawing so much power. So it's really good to get that servo off of the stock ESC power and give it its own power source, and it does work much better that way. Other than that, I guess my plans for this vehicle, I do want to add, I picked up a winch. It's kind of a scale winch. It's a dual motor setup. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. If I mount it on the front bumper, I got to slide the bumper out a little bit, which reduces my approach angle, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. I can mount it behind the bumper, run it out through the stock little fair lead opening. I may go that route. So I'll probably post up a vid when I do that, and like I said, I might cover all of the most recent mods to this thing. Considering different tires, just to mess around. Stock tires actually work really well on this, especially with the anti-foams. So I'm not sure. If I find a good deal on something, I might jump on it and maybe pick up some aluminum beadlocks too, just to add a little bit of bling. Other than that, I don't know. That's a good question. What else am I going to do with this rig? Eventually, I may upgrade to a stronger steering servo. Like I said, it's a huge improvement with the BEC, but the external BEC, but still not great for a rig this size. This is a really cool spot here we found. This is and of course on video, nothing really looks as steep as it is, but this is kind of at the limits for a mostly stock Honcho. And I still have the spare tire on the back. I didn't change the shock springs to let it sit lower or anything. It's a little more heavy up front with the brass C-hubs, but this is kind of at the limits. And we played around on this spot for a little while. There's an alternate line further back that's even more difficult that I want to go back and try to tackle once I do a couple more mods to this. You know, maybe purple spring rate up front. The front is a little lower. Maybe different tires might be a little grippier. We'll see.
Dude,
but I was able to get it.
Sick. This is
Again,
scary.
way steeper than it looks on video. Was kind of at the limits of what these trucks can do. And Matt's SCX6, you'll see on the left there, mostly stock as well. He also has anti-foams, but he is running the J Concepts Tusk tires, which we've noticed are definitely grippier than the stock Honcho tires. He's able to pull some lines that I kind of struggle with. So they're definitely grippier. But other than that, these vehicles are
front tire right on this ridge
the same. I don't know that he has any additional weight. He does have, I think, brass diff covers, which, yeah, you can see there. One shiny little diff cover poking his head out there. I think it's the same ones I ordered, actually, the cheapies off Amazon. They've been working pretty well so far. Yeah, he's able to send. One thing I will say about the SCX6, in its stock form, or mostly stock form, it's pretty amazing how well it descends too. And I guess that's the benefit of not really going overboard with like a front weight bias and really trying to set it up purely for rock crawling. If you kind of leave it a little more middle of the road for trail running, you know, if you're using this in trails, you're going to be going down as much as you're going up. So I do like the idea of kind of not going overboard with front weight bias and lowering the front of the truck, because that just makes going downhill a lot more sketchy. And you know, for me, if we do a trail run, I don't really want to carry these trucks. So whatever we're going up on the way out, we're going down on the way back. So yeah, I do think that for all-around performance, it works really well stock. You know, the truck doesn't need a ton of work for it to be, you know, amazingly capable and just a lot of fun. Especially in these conditions this time of year with a lot of leaves on the ground, and branches and sticks and just debris. The size of this rig just gets through all of it really nicely. It's a lot more fun. I think a little bit better in these conditions than like a 10 scale would be. You can see Matt's truck here and this could be the difference. He does not have an anti-sway bar on the back, and I do. And we pretty much took the same line, and you can see how much higher his front driver wheel was lifting up there, but still able to get it. But yeah, super cool spot up here. Can't wait to go back and do some more testing once I do a couple more mods and see if we can improve it. This is the other line I was talking about. There is that kind of crack right there. I feel like if you can hook a wheel in that thing, I think it's doable, but didn't seem like it's doable with the stock setup. You just see the rear tire drifts out of that crack.
It's
and I don't have the grip.
I
don't think it's at its limits in terms
I think
of
my rear wheel stayed
the angle.
The crack.
I think just this is what I really want to go back and try some different tires to see. See what a difference, you know, mainly compound. I don't even know if the tread compound is a huge difference. This rock is pretty grippy. It is cold. I want to say it was probably in the range of 55 degrees this day.
It's like so close, dude.
So traction is not at its peak. But yeah, definitely want to return to give this one a try.
Try to float the front end over this.
Yeah, overall, lots of fun. Super cool spot. Kind of wish we didn't have the same color Honcho. Just worked out that way. You know, it's the one I got a good deal. I got a good deal online at the local shop, and it was the only color they had in stock.
And it gets jammed at the end.
But who knows? That could change soon. I could end up doing a little custom paint. But just curious what other mods you guys have found really worthwhile. I know it seems like everything you do on this 6-scale rig is at least $100. In terms of bang for your buck, I'm curious what you guys have done that you've really found. Like shock springs, do they make that big a difference? I mean, that's a fairly inexpensive mod. I don't know if I see a lot of guys just do the fronts and keep the back stiffer. Again, that kind of makes it a little more biased for climbing as opposed to descending, but you know, you saw Matt's SCX6 there was able to do that descent, you know, just as well as mine did. So I don't know, maybe it's worth giving that a try. I do want to get some more. I want to set up some rock lights on this just so we can get out, especially this time of year, it gets dark so early. Get out, maybe get a half hour of running in the light, and then finish the next half hour or so in the dark with some rock lights on. So I'm working on that. I got a couple little pod lights I ordered for the back section I'm going to install, and that'll be my next project on this thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely going to try taking your tire off.
Curious too if any of you guys have run like a high clearance link. I see a pretty good deal on some titanium. I think it was, what brand was it? Can't think right now. Samex, I think, had some pretty nice high clearance titanium links for around $80, $90. Curious if any of you guys are running them, if they make a big enough difference. I mean, I have a ton of scrapes on the bottom of my links already, so I know they're definitely hitting on these rocks. And with other rigs, I've run some high clearance, and it does make a big difference. So I'm wondering if with the weight of this, if it really helps even more. Just drag that back end over the rocks. So that could be an upgrade that I'm going to do fairly soon as well. But anyway, I'll stop talking, guys. I'm almost at the end of this video. Yeah, questions, comments, just post them up down below. I'll try to get back to you guys. And yeah, you will see this truck again in the very near future. Thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe. Peace.